Welcome to the easy, breezy boss life, where building a thriving business doesn't mean sacrificing your sanity or your sleep. I am Lisa Sabala, and I'm a proud mom of three boys. I'm also a virtual assistant team leader, and I am starting this podcast to share insights on building a team, task delegation, and pretty much making leadership less stressful, because why not? Right. We're here to have a good time while learning how to work smarter, not harder, because life is too short to spend your days bogged down by business tasks that don't bring us joy. I've made it my personal mission to help busy entrepreneurs build empires without breaking a sweat, because it is possible. So here we go. This is episode 1 of the Easy Breezy Boss Life podcast. And I am so grateful that you're here, because I have been wanting to confess this out loud for the world to hear. You see, I've been keeping it a secret for a while now, and I've chosen to use episode 1 of my podcast to say that. And my secret is that I have a personal vendetta against task overwhelm. Like, I hate it. I hate when my personal to do list exceeds the length of a post it note, like front and back. And I hate being followed up when I have backlogs. I It makes the hair at the back of my neck stand. I hate it when a client follows up on delayed tasks. I hate it when my team asks me to submit my raw videos, pictures, or other content work that I haven't gotten done yet. It's embarrassing. I hate that feeling. And I also hate it when I'm busy, or at least I feel busy. I don't like that my tasks or my schedule is making me feel less human day after day. It's just not a life you want to live. And I once lived a life where my work hours stole my personal time, my family time, my bath time, and my sleep time. It was the worst. I had no plans in going back to that. And this is why I wanted to do the first episode on this topic. I'm pretty sure some of you may be able to relate to the things that I hated, because no one wants to feel overwhelmed, but I just have a personal vendetta to that feeling. Okay, so if you're a business owner like me, you are already well aware that there are business tasks that need to get done to keep your business running. It's just non-negotiable. And that's a given. But my very obvious error in the past was thinking that I had to do all of these business tasks myself. In fact, I felt guilty about handing off my tasks to another person, even if I paid that person a salary. It took a while until I finally believed it when I said to myself, I need to be leading my business, and that will never happen if I am too busy doing all the tasks myself. Slowly but habitually, I learned to be more discerning of what tasks to invest my time on and which tasks not to do at all. After many years of going through the task delegation daily decision, I ended up with this list right here, and I want to call it the 5 tasks you should not be doing yourself. If we want an easy breezy boss life, we have to act like a boss, and a boss doesn't take all the work. Now, this list that I have, this applies really well if you are an online coach, a digital business owner, maybe a podcast host, or a content creator with an ambitious publishing schedule. Ideally, you should have at least one virtual assistant, maybe an intern or a right-hand person who is supporting you in your business right now to make this work. Because let's face it, it takes a village to build a business empire. And my advice is to start building your team early. You'll have more loyal team members when they've been with you as you grew your business through the years. So here goes. Number 1 task that you should not be doing: daily inbox management. If you've only started your business, it makes sense to reply to all the emails yourself. But over time, the I'll just do it myself business model is not sustainable. You will eventually end up with 1,649 emails in your inbox. If you want to avoid this altogether, train your assistant, your team, or someone who is helping you, an intern, to help you answer common inquiries. Then build a library of responses that your team can use again and again. Templates, copy pastable messages. Okay. This is something that they can use whenever a certain inquiry comes up. For me, though, I assign my team to keep a 0 inbox policy. So at the end of the day, our inbox has to be empty. All messages must be replied to, all squared away, and no backlogs. That's a rule. However, I do instruct them to flag the emails, those specific emails that need my personal response. And then they alert me when there's one or two emails left for me to answer. So pretty much day in and day out, we have a ton of spam to archive, maybe 20 plus legit email inquiries from clients or prospects that we respond to in a timely fashion. And I promise you, the moment you see your inbox empty, when all emails have been replied to on time and all ticketed concerns are taken care of, you will never want to go back to the 1,649 emails lifestyle. Okay, so the number two task that you should not be doing yourself is editing your podcast or editing weekly videos. Okay, so I've tried to edit my own videos and I've tried just recording the videos and then delegating the editing part to the team. The latter is just so much less stressful. I can't even begin to tell you how wonderfully relieving it is that my only job is to write the script and record the videos, because I'm also a fan of batch recording. I can sit down for 2 to 3 hours, maybe write scripts for about 4 episodes tops. At least that's what my brain cells have capacity for in one sitting. Then I record myself using the scripts. I end up with several raw videos that are ready for editing, which I then endorse to the team. And it takes them 3 to 4 days-ish to edit the batch. And my job then is to approve the videos for publishing. It is such a great relief to log into YouTube and see several videos already lined up and scheduled to publish in the upcoming weeks. Now, mind you, it took a while at the start for them to get the editing style that I love and that I was comfortable with. Maybe at the third or fourth round of editing, I hardly had corrections for them anymore. In fact, they surprised me with new text overlays and new effects. And not having to edit my videos or podcasts saves me at least 30 hours every month. That's 30 hours I can otherwise dedicate to more crucial business activities. So moving on to the number three task that you should not be doing is scheduling content on social media. Right. Now, this depends on you actually. Do you have time to write the actual content? If not, you can outsource the task of writing the content to your team. Some of our clients right now in our virtual assistant team, they prefer to write their own content and then send the finished content to us for scheduling, which will then be published at specific dates or times on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever content platform. There are others still who write the outline or the content brief for the month's theme and then assign it to our team to write the content, and then we have it scheduled to publish. Others still have no time to even sit down and think up ideas for themes to use for the upcoming months. And we have many clients working with our virtual assistant team right now who ask us to come up with a content theme calendar for the year. And this task usually gets assigned to us once a year, usually after New Year's or around January. They approve the content themes and then we just write the monthly content by batch. And the client approves the content or makes a few tweaks, then we schedule the final content online. It is refreshing to go to Meta Business Suite or your Planoly or your later.com account to see a bunch of social media posts lined up for the next 2 months. It makes you want to take a vacation because you're all set for the next 8 weeks. I'm telling you, you should not miss out on this benefit because social media is here to stay and it has become a non-negotiable element in marketing. If you want to be consistent on social media, work with a team who can help you prepare, create, and schedule the content for you. Let's go to number 4, task that you should not be doing yourself: weekly email newsletter writing. So similar to social media content, you can use the same task implementation system when it comes to email newsletters. It's obvious that newsletters is a recurring task, right? So anytime you see a recurring task, there can be a system built around that. And I am 100% sure of this. I want to quote James Clear on this one, who said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." If you do not have a system in place, you will have very little chance of success, essentially. If your email newsletters are an important part of your marketing, you have to stay consistent. You need to encourage a behavior in your audience wherein they will expect new content from you weekly or monthly. This is your chance to show them that you are reliable in that aspect, that you can be reliable in creating valuable content week after week without fail. So try assigning this task to your team because you can hold them accountable week after week to stay consistent for you. Now, of course, the main content theme or idea has to come from you still. You just need to train your team to write in your voice. Give them that superpower because with it, they can write content for you, which you can finally tweak or polish before sending out the newsletter. The point is, you're giving the bulk of the work to your team. That is leveraging your time. That is working smarter, not harder. Just like with social media content, you will feel over the moon when you have email newsletters scheduled in advance for the next 2 to 3 moons ahead. Here we go, finally. Task number 5 that you should not be doing yourself: exploratory work. So I like to call it exploratory work. These are things that you should not be doing yourself. So for example, you know those apps you've always wanted to explore or try out if it meets a certain need, or if a current app or website that you subscribe to can possibly do XYZ. But the thing is, you don't have time to explore. You don't have time to do the testings. You just want to know if it meets a specific need that you have, period. The sad thing about doing this yourself is that if you're like me, we tend to get sidetracked when we explore a new app. There are just so many features that we can get lost in, and we end up not finding the answers to our many questions. I realized that if I ever found myself in this situation, I immediately assign it to a virtual assistant in my team. Like, I tag this as an exploratory task. I just say something like, "Hi team, I need to know if this app can do XYZ without having to do ABC. Can you do a couple of tests? Maybe reach out to their tech support team, maybe scan Reddit posts and see what you can find out." Then I give them a goal. I would say something like, "Please come back to me with answers to my questions about the app." And then that's where I itemize, or I outline the questions that I have. All right. And finally, towards the end of the instruction, I would say, "Team, if possible, please spend only a maximum of 5 hours on this task. I need you to come back to me with a report. Then I'll evaluate if it's worth buying or not." After handing off that task, the exploratory work, something magical happens. I get a report from the team answering the exact questions that I have. The best part is I didn't waste my time going down a rabbit hole, getting sidetracked, and exploring the fringe features that isn't really the important thing. You see, when you assign a task like this to the team, they have a very clear goal, and that is to send you the report you ask for on time and to complete the task within the parameters that you gave at the beginning. This means that the team is impartial. The team is objective, not like you. The team can get it done faster and have the time it would have taken me to do it myself, okay? So here's a fun insight. This 5th type of task, exploratory work, this is the most common task that I assign my team, especially to veteran team members, because they have more experience and can even offer insights and recommendations as part of their report. And I didn't even ask for the recommendations, but because they know me so well, after working with me for years, they can pretty much tell what I'm looking for. This is the undefinable and invaluable unique benefit that you get when you've had a team working with you for so long that they can predict your reaction. They can predict your reaction to the T. Team members like them are so important. I cannot be more thankful for having this team at 8.8. It's just like, there are no words. So I started this podcast, the Easy Breezy Boss Life, to also show that you can have an easy breezy team to work with. You can build a team that loves working with you and loves supporting you. You just need to give them work that is meaningful and they appreciate being able to contribute to your business success. So don't forget to show appreciation too. That's something a good boss never fails to do. So appreciate your team, give them meaningful work where they can grow, learn, and become better professionally. Okay, so I better wrap up. To recap, the 5 tasks you should not be doing yourself are: number 1, daily inbox management. Number 2, editing your podcast or weekly videos. Number 3, scheduling content on social media. Number 4, email newsletter writing and scheduling. And number 5, my favorite, exploratory work. So give it a try. Assign these to your virtual assistant or team and enjoy the extra time you'll have gained back after you delegate like a boss. Before you go, make sure to grab our free guide to find out if you are ready to hire a virtual assistant or not. This is a straightforward guide to help you decide your next step in building the dream team for your business. So head over to 8.8.net/next step and get your copy. Again, thanks for joining me on episode 1 of the Easy Breezy Boss Life podcast. I hope to see you on the next one.